What lie starts with, I still have a job, and grows so big that the truth isn't even an option anymore. I got fired 6 months ago. Nobody knows. Not even my girlfriend. Every morning, I wake up, get dressed, and leave like I'm going to work. But I'm not. I walk to the same coffee shop, order the same thing, sit there for hours with my laptop open, doing nothing. I told Ava our office went remote. She believed me. She's proud of me. Thinks I'm doing well. At dinner, she asks how my day was. I make things up. Client call went well. We're working on a new feature. CEO's flying in next week. She listens, smiles, believes everything. Her dad is rich. Business guy. Always talking about investments and startups. He doesn't like people who waste time. A week ago, he asked, still at Rhinex? I nodded. Good company. You moving up? I lied again. Yeah, they're giving me more responsibility now. He smiled. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. Next day, Ava tells me, guess what? Dad wants to invest in your company. I laughed, thinking it was a joke. She wasn't joking. He knows people. He could help you grow. I nodded. Inside, I was panicking. I made a fake email. I used it to reply to Ava's dad like I was someone from my company. He bought it. Now he wants to come to the office, meet the team, see where his money's going. I told him we're busy. Too many deadlines. He said, I'll just bring lunch and say hello. At night, I stare at the ceiling. I don't sleep much. The lie is getting bigger, harder to control. I never meant to lie this long. It was supposed to be for a week, just until I found another job, but nothing came. I kept lying. Now I'm stuck. Yesterday, Ava handed me a letter. Her dad's lawyers want to move forward. Real money, real investment. Babe, she said, this could be huge for you. I smiled, but in my head, I knew. This is the beginning of the end. It's been 3 days since Ava gave me the letter. Every time I see it on the table, my stomach turns. It's real. Her dad's lawyers want a meeting, documents, equity discussion. They think I'm an employee at a fast-growing tech company. They think I have something to offer, but I have nothing. No job, no income, no answers. I made excuses. Told Ava the team was reviewing the offer. Told her legal had questions. Told her I'd talk to my founder on Monday. She believed me. She always does. Monday came. I got dressed, packed my laptop, said goodbye with a kiss. I walked out the door, down the block, and straight into the same coffee shop I've been hiding in for weeks. Sat at the corner table, ordered black coffee, opened my laptop, stared at nothing. I typed up fake meeting notes, used buzzwords I remembered from real work, SaaS scaling model, user onboarding funnel, retention dip in Q2. Then I forwarded them to myself from the fake email address. Made sure Ava could see the notification flash on my screen that night. She glanced at it. Busy day? I nodded. Crazy busy. That night, I lay awake listening to her sleep. I don't know how long I can keep this going. Every day feels heavier. Every lie stacks on the last one. I keep thinking, if I can just get a job soon, I can fix everything. Slide into a real role. Make it real again. But I've sent over 80 applications. Nothing. A few interviews. No offers. The market's brutal. And honestly, so am I. I stretched my last job too far. Made it look better than it was. Maybe I don't belong in tech anymore. Tuesday morning, Ava brings coffee to bed. Sits beside me, smiling. You're gonna kill it today. I know it. She kisses my forehead like I'm some genius about to change the world. I want to tell her the truth. Right there. But I don't. Because I know what happens next. Her face will fall. Her dad will cut me off. She'll wonder if any of it was real. I'll lose her. She hands me a sealed envelope. It's from my dad, she says. Private. Inside is a short letter. Ethan, excited to move forward. Attached is an NDA. Please sign and return this week. We'll schedule a lunch next Monday. Looking forward to big things. R. Blake. Lunch. Next Monday. 1 week. I smile like everything's fine. Tell him I'll take care of it. I fold the letter, tuck it into my bag, and leave the apartment like I'm going to change the world. Instead, I end up on a bench in a quiet part of town, drinking bad vending machine coffee, watching emails I don't care about. Later that night, Ava makes dinner. Chicken, rice, a glass of wine. She's humming some song. So relaxed. So happy. I sit at the table pretending to read work messages. She talks about her day. Mentions wanting to go to Italy next year. If your company goes public, we should celebrate big. I nod. Take a bite. Smile. There's a lump in my throat that won't go down. I had 7 days. 1 week until lunch with Ava's dad. 1 week until everything fell apart, unless I figured something out. The NDA sat in my inbox. I didn't sign it. Didn't open it again after the first time. Instead, I started building a fake version of my life. First, I changed my phone's lock screen to show a Slack message preview from Ryan, product lead. It was fake. Just a Note app screenshot made to look real. Can we push the demo to Friday? Ava saw it once. Oh no, more delays? I nodded. Yeah, founders want it perfect. She kissed my cheek. You've got this. I downloaded fake dashboards, screenshots of graphs, revenue numbers from random companies I found online. I put them in a folder called Investor Prep. Let it sit open when Ava walked by. She never clicked it. She trusted me. That made it worse. I bought a whiteboard, set it up in our living room, filled it with random scribbles, numbers, arrows, notes in red marker. Investor Day was written in the corner. I started taking fake calls in the bedroom, closed the door, put on headphones, talked to nobody. Sometimes I even laughed, so it would sound real. Yeah, I'll loop you in on that. Let's sync after lunch. Q3 numbers just came in, looking strong. Just noise, just lies. Ava brought me lunch during one of those calls, left it by the door, whispering, you're amazing. I sat there for a minute after she left, headphones still on, nothing playing, just silence. At night, I opened job boards again, scrolled endlessly. Every job felt out of reach. I wasn't qualified, or I was, but they weren't hiring, or they ghosted me. I started rewriting my resume again, 5th time in 2 weeks. Still didn't hit send on anything. On Thursday, Ava's friend Maya came over. She works in marketing, knows the startup world. She sat on our couch, sipping wine, scrolling her phone. What's the company called again? She asked. Rhinex. I said. Too fast. She tilted her head. Never heard of it. We're under the radar, I said. Mostly B2B. She nodded slowly. Didn't ask more, but I saw her glance at my whiteboard. That night, I googled every corner of the fake company, created a LinkedIn page, added a few fake team members, stock photos, vague titles, made it look just real enough. Saturday morning, Ava surprised me. I booked us a weekend cabin trip. You need a break. I panicked. I can't. Too much going on with the investment. She looked disappointed but smiled. It's okay. We'll go after your meeting with dad. Then she hugged me. I'm so proud of you. I hugged her back. Didn't say a word. Sunday night, I rehearsed fake answers. In the mirror. What's your arranged by? Who's on your founding team? What's your 18-month runway? I practiced smiling when I didn't know the answer. I practiced changing the subject. I practiced lying. The lies were working. That should have made me feel better. It didn't. It started with a question I didn't expect. We were brushing our teeth. Normal night. Quiet. She looked at me in the mirror and said, do you still have your work badge? I froze for half a second. Kept brushing. Acted like I didn't hear. She rinsed and asked again. For the office. I wanted to see it. It's probably cool, right? My brain raced. The fake company didn't have badges. We didn't have an office. None of it was real. I spit into the sink. Shrugged. They switched to digital badges. Just an app now. She nodded slowly. Didn't smile. Didn't ask more. But I could tell. Something changed in her eyes. Next day, she came home early. I was on the couch. Laptop open. Sweatshirt on. She walked in. Paused. I thought you were at work. work. I didn't panic. Meetings got canceled. Took the rest of the day at home. She didn't say anything. Just nodded. Went to the kitchen. I watched her from the hallway. She was quiet. Too quiet. Then I saw her pick up her phone. Open it. Start typing. She was texting someone. Fast. Focused. That night at dinner, she asked, "Do you ever post about your job?" I shook my head. Nah, not my thing. No LinkedIn stuff? Nope. We keep things private. Stealth mode. She smiled, but it felt forced. She was testing me. I could feel it. The next morning, she was up early. Coffee made. Hair brushed. Dressed like she was going somewhere. "I'm meeting Maya for brunch," she said. "Just catching up." Maya, the one who didn't believe my story. I nodded. Tried to smile. Tell her I said hey. She didn't reply. Just grabbed her bag and left. I sat in silence. Did she know? Was she just playing along until she was sure? I opened the fake company LinkedIn page. Deleted a few posts. Tightened up the fake bios. Removed the whiteboard in the living room. Everything felt risky now. She came back 3 hours later. Didn't say much. She cleaned the kitchen. Folded laundry. Put on a movie. Acted normal. Too normal. Halfway through the movie, she looked over at me. "Babe, yeah? What's the name of the street your office is on again?" I paused. Then said, "Why?" She smiled. "Just wondering." I lied. "Richmond Avenue." She nodded. Looked back at the screen. But now I was sure. She was digging. And I didn't have much time left. Monday came fast. Lunch with her dad. The day I'd been trying to avoid for weeks. I wore my best shirt. The one Ava got me for my birthday. Blue. Slim fit. Clean collar. She straightened it before I left. Smiled like she believed in me. "You've got this." I nodded. Didn't say a word. The restaurant was the kind of place where the menus didn't have prices. Quiet music. White plates. Real silverware. He was already there. Table for two. No Ava. Just me and him. He stood up. Shook my hand. Firm grip. "I hear big things about you, Ethan." I smiled. Trying my best. The waiter came. We ordered. He got steak. I copied him. Then the question started. "How big is your current team?" "About 18, I said. "And you're head of product," I said. "And part of growth strategy." He nodded. Impressed. That part was easy. I'd practiced those answers in the mirror. Then he leaned in. "I've reviewed your deck." I froze. He meant the investor deck. The one I never sent. The one that didn't exist. "You have?" I asked. He smiled. "Ava forwarded it from your email. Looks solid." I laughed once. Soft. "Ah, yeah, that one." He kept going. "Your arranged by projections are aggressive, but doable. And the UX approach is clean." I nodded like I understood. Like I built it. He was quoting something that didn't exist. Or maybe Ava made something up and sent it on her own. I didn't ask. Just played along. By the end of the lunch, he was sold. "Let's get the lawyers talking," he said. "Next month, we get this locked." I smiled. Shook his hand again. Walked out into the sun. I should have felt relief, but all I felt was panic. Because now the lie had investors, lawyers, money, and no way out. I came home and Ava ran into my arms. "I knew you'd crush it." She kissed me, grinning ear to ear. "You're gonna be huge." I held her tight. Said nothing. That night, I opened a blank Google Doc. Started writing the deck her dad thought he read. Slide by slide. Fake numbers. Fake team bios. Fake goals. I stayed up until 3 a.m. trying to catch up to my own lie. After the lunch, I told myself I had 1 month, 4 weeks to find a real job. Something. Anything. That would make the lie stop being a lie. If I could land something fast, I could slide into it. Say I got poached. Say it was all part of the plan. Nobody would know. I opened my old resume. Stared at it for an hour. Then rewrote everything. Again. I took out the fake stuff. Trimmed the fluff. Tried to make myself sound like someone a company would want. I applied to 5 jobs that night. All startups. All long shots. By the end of the week, I'd sent out 32 applications. Heard back from 2. Both rejections. On Saturday, I sat on the bathroom floor with my laptop. Door closed. No lights on. Ava thought I was on a call. I wasn't. I was refreshing my inbox, hoping something would magically appear. Later, she came in holding her phone. Sat next to me. "You okay?" I nodded. "Just tired." She showed me a video of a dog falling asleep in a pool float. I laughed. She leaned into me. That was the worst part. She still believed in me. Sunday, I took a call from a company in Chicago. 10 minutes in, I knew it wasn't going anywhere. They wanted someone with real product experience. I was winging it, answering with words I thought sounded smart. It ended with, "We'll get back to you." They didn't. I checked Ava's calendar. Her dad's legal team had a call scheduled with me in 2 weeks. The pressure was closing in. I had no offer, no money, no backup plan. I thought about quitting. Not the lie. Life. Just disappearing. Start over somewhere. But then I looked at her, sitting at the table in her pajamas, hair tied up, singing along to music while making eggs. And I couldn't do it. Monday morning, I suited up again. Told Ava I had back-to-back meetings. She packed me a sandwich. Said, "Don't forget to breathe today." I kissed her and left. Walked 3 blocks. Sat at a train station bench for 6 hours. No meetings. No laptop. Just waiting. Waiting for something to change. But nothing did. My bank app said $412. That's all I had. Rent was due in 6 days. I stared at the screen for a long time. Tried to make the number look bigger. It didn't change. I had $412, and her dad's lawyers were sending follow-up emails. Ava came in with 2 iced coffees. "I got your favorite," she said. She kissed my forehead. Set the cup next to me. I smiled. Tried not to cry. I checked my credit card. Maxed. Checked savings. Empty. Checked the crypto wallet I forgot about. $28 in some dead coin. I was out of money. Later that night, Ava asked if I could send her half for the utilities. "Just whenever you can," she added. No rush. I said, "Yeah, of course." Then I stayed up trying to figure out how to send her nothing. Next morning, I called Marcus, old college friend. We hadn't talked in months. "Hey man, sorry to ask," I said, "but could I borrow like $500? Long pause. "Dude, what's going on?" "Just a short-term thing," I said. "Payroll's delayed." He sent the money. I promised to pay him back next week. I wouldn't. I pawned my watch. The one Ava got me last year. Felt like throwing up when I handed it over. $180. That bought me a few more days. Every morning I still left like I had somewhere to be. Still wore button-down shirts. Still carried a laptop bag with nothing inside it. One day I came home late and found Ava at the kitchen table with papers spread out. "Just going over some wedding budget stuff," she said. I froze. "Wedding?" She smiled. "Nothing serious. Just ideas." I nodded. Then walked to the bathroom and locked the door. I looked at myself in the mirror. Same face, but older, tired. Eyes that didn't believe what the mouth was saying anymore. I got 2 more rejection emails that night. Both started with, "Thank you for your application." I stopped reading after the first sentence. The next day, I called my old boss. Left a voicemail. Said I'd take anything, even part-time. No answer. The lawyer emailed again. "Please confirm a time for next week's investor review." Ava forwarded it to me. Added, "Should I order lunch for you too?" I replied, "Let's wait until the day before." Still finalizing the deck. I had nothing to finalize. The lie was now tied to money, debt, legal forms. It wasn't just emotional anymore. It was real. It was Maya. Of course it was Maya. She never liked me much. Too direct, too smart, too curious. Ava and Maya were out getting drinks. I stayed home, pretending to work on investor slides. Really, I was watching YouTube videos on how to fake a term sheet. At 10:42 p.m., Ava texted me, "Babe, what's the name of your company again?" Maya's asking. My heart dropped. "Why now?" I replied, "Rhinex." "Why?" Why? She didn't answer for 20 minutes. Then, she's never heard of it. Says it sounds made up. I panicked. Opened the fake LinkedIn page I built. It had 2 likes on the last post. One was mine. The other was a bot. I added 3 more fake posts. Generic startup stuff. Excited for Q4. Growth mindset. Big things ahead. All lies. At 11:17 p.m., Ava texted again. Maya says there's no record of Rhinex on Crunchbase or AngelList. I replied, we're private. Stealth mode. Not public yet. She didn't reply. The next morning, Ava was quiet. Made coffee. Didn't offer me any. Everything okay? I asked. She nodded, but she didn't smile. Later that day, I checked the fake email inbox. No messages from her dad. I checked my real email. One message. From Maya. Subject. Hey, I opened it. You should come clean. She's not stupid. That was it. No threats. No anger. Just the truth. I sat there staring at the screen. I didn't reply. Instead, I opened a job board again. Tried to find something. Anything. That would make this all go away. At dinner, Ava said, Maya's intense sometimes. Huh? I froze. Then laughed. Yeah, she is. She didn't say anything else, but I could feel it. She knew something wasn't right. She just didn't know what. Yet, Ava didn't say it out loud, but I could feel it. She didn't believe me anymore. Not completely. Not like before. Little things started changing. She stopped asking about my day. Stopped checking my calendar. Stopped forwarding her dad's emails. She still smiled. Still kissed me goodbye. Still made dinner. But something was missing. That scared me more than anger. Silence meant she was thinking. Connecting dots. Waiting for me to crack. One night, while brushing her teeth, she said, do you think people lie because they're afraid? I paused. Sometimes, I said. She spit into the sink. Didn't look at me. Then walked out. The next morning, I made a move. A big one. I created a fake company website. Basic template. Stock photos. Buzzwords everywhere. Simple. Scalable. Secure. I even added a fake Meet the Team page. Faces pulled from AI-generated profiles. Names like Rachel Lynn and Devin Moore. I sent the link to Ava that afternoon. She replied, looks legit. No emoji. No exclamation mark. Just 2 words. That night, I made dinner. Pasta. Garlic bread. Her favorite wine. Trying to reset everything. She sat across from me. Quiet. Halfway through, she said, you've been tired lately. Yeah, I said. Lots going on. She nodded. Investor stuff? Yeah, that too. Another pause. Then she looked me in the eyes. I want you to be honest with me. Always. I swallowed hard. I am. She smiled, but I knew she didn't believe me. The next day, I faked a Zoom call. Opened a blank document. Put on headphones. Talked for 30 minutes. Just noise. Made sure she heard me through the door. At one point, I said, we'll circle back after legal. Loud enough for her to catch it. When I walked out, she handed me coffee. Said, you sounded confident in there. I smiled. Had to. That night, I emailed her dad. From the fake company email. Said the legal team needed another week before contracts. He agreed. No questions asked. I'd bought time. Again. But it wouldn't last forever. I knew that. And maybe, so did she. It happened without planning. Like most of my lies. We were on the couch. She was curled up next to me, watching a movie. I was quiet, thinking about the next email I had to fake. The next deadline I couldn't meet. She looked up at me. You've been quiet lately. I forced a smile. Just work stuff. Then, before I could stop myself, I said it. They promoted me. She sat up fast. Wait, what? Really? I nodded. Official this morning. Her face lit up. Oh my god, Ethan, that's amazing. She kissed me, hugged me, grabbed her phone. Can I post about it? I grabbed her wrist. Gently. Not yet, I said. It's still internal. Won't be public for another week. She nodded. I'm so proud of you. I said thank you. Then excused myself to the bathroom. I sat on the floor with the fan on. Heart racing. One more lie. One more layer I had to keep up with. Next morning, she made pancakes. Said, a CEO deserves breakfast. I laughed, but inside, I was drowning. Later, she asked what the new role meant. What's different now? I made it up as I went. I'm managing a team now. Bigger accounts. More strategy. She nodded. Said, you deserve it. I spent the rest of the day building fake promotion emails. Sent myself a fake internal announcement. Subject, team update. Ethan Blake, director of product growth. I made sure she saw the subject line pop up when she walked by. She smiled. Didn't ask to read it. At dinner with her parents that weekend, the lie followed me. Her dad raised a glass. To Ethan, promotion man. Making moves. Everyone clapped. I smiled. Sipped my drink. Wished the ground would open. After dinner, he pulled me aside. Said, you keep this up, and we'll be talking Series A before you know it. I nodded, but my hands were shaking. Back home, Ava wrapped her arms around me in bed. You've changed, she whispered. In a good way. I didn't answer, because I didn't know who I was anymore. It was a Tuesday night. We were on the couch, watching something I wasn't paying attention to. Ava turned to me, smiling. I have an idea. That sentence always meant trouble. She pulled her legs into her lap, all excited. We should do something for your promotion. I laughed once. It's not a big deal. She shook her head. No, it is. You've worked so hard. Let's have a small party. Just friends. My heart sank. I stayed calm. Maybe later. It's been so busy at work. She frowned. Come on. Just a few people. Maya, Chris, Rachel. You know they'll want to celebrate. I hesitated too long. She noticed. Then said, we can do it here. No pressure. You don't even have to plan anything. I nodded slowly. Okay, if it's just close friends. She smiled. Perfect. This Saturday. That gave me 4 days. 4 days to prepare for a party that celebrated a promotion that never happened, at a job that didn't exist. I texted Marcus. Need a favor. Can you act like you work with me if someone asks? He replied with one word. Seriously? I didn't respond. He didn't either. Ava made a group chat. Ethan's big win party popper. I watched the messages roll in. People saying congrats. Asking what to bring. Excited emojis everywhere. One message hit harder than the rest. Maya, looking forward to hearing all about the new role eyes. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed while Ava was next to me, going through Pinterest boards. Should we do a theme? Or just simple drinks and music? I said, simple. She kissed my arm. You deserve this. The next morning, I started working on a backup plan. I created a fake LinkedIn update. Didn't post it, just made a screenshot. If someone asked, I'd say it was already shared. Just didn't show up for everyone. I also created fake business cards. Had them printed at a place downtown. Black, matte finish, clean font. Rhinex, Ethan Blake, director. I placed them near the door, so people would see them. On Friday night, Ava cleaned the apartment top to bottom. I want everything to be perfect, she said. I stayed quiet. Just watched her move around like everything was real. Like she didn't know her entire world was built on a lie. That night, she looked at me and said, I'm happy for you. I nodded, and said, me too. It was the biggest lie I told all week. It was the night before the party. Ava was putting together a playlist. I was trying not to lose my mind. She looked up and said, would it be weird if your boss came by for a bit? I blinked. What? You've talked about him so much. If he's in town, I thought maybe. I cut her off, gently. He's swamped. Family stuff. No way he's coming. She nodded. Okay, no problem. But something in her tone said she didn't fully believe me. Later that night, I texted Marcus again. Please, just show up. Be my boss. 20 minutes. I'll owe you forever. He didn't reply. I tried one other guy, Kevin. We used to work together. I offered him $300 to pretend. He asked one question. Why? I told him it was a prank. He didn't buy it. Blocked me. It was 2 a.m. when I had the idea. Craigslist. I posted an an ad under, gigs, actor needed, 20s to 30s, clean look, business casual, $200, 30-minute appearance. By 9 a.m., I had 4 replies. 3 were weird. 1 looked normal. Name, Aaron, former theater kid, said he'd done fake business roles before. I called him. Voice sounded confident. Asked the right questions. Is this a serious room or more casual? What's my backstory? Should I compliment the host? I told him just act sharp, say vague things, talk fast, smile more. He agreed. I sent him the fake LinkedIn page, fake team list, and a short bio to memorize. Ethan's boss. Name, Daniel Kerr. Title, VP of product. Likes startups, cycling, craft beer. Done. Party started at 6. Ava was glowing. Looked like the happiest person in the world. Friends started coming in. Music, drinks, laughter. But I couldn't relax. At 7:15, Aaron walked in. Right on time. White shirt, blue blazer, nice shoes. I walked up to him like we were old friends. Aaron, I said under my breath. Thanks. He nodded once. Quiet, professional. Ava came over. I introduced him. This is Daniel, my boss. She shook his hand. Oh my god, I've heard so much about you. He smiled. And you must be the better half. Congratulations on the promotion party. She laughed, blushed a little. For 20 minutes, he worked the room. Talked about early stage product strategy. Told someone we had a lean, agile team. Said I was the kind of guy startups fight to keep. Everyone loved him. Then, just before leaving, he pulled me aside. You're lucky she loves you, he said. Then walked out. Nobody questioned it. Ava kissed me on the cheek. He's awesome. I smiled. But inside, I felt sick. Because now there were more people in the lie. More moving parts. More ways to fail. And the clock was still ticking. The party should have been over. But people stayed. Music got louder. Drinks kept flowing. Ava kept smiling. I kept checking the clock. Aaron, the fake boss, was long gone. His part was perfect. But the longer the party went on, the more exposed I felt. Maya arrived late. Of course she did. She hugged Ava. Gave me a nod. Big night, she said. I forced a smile. Yeah. She looked around. Pointed at the empty glass on the counter. Was that your boss? Yeah, I said. You just missed him. Shame, she said. I had a few questions. She walked off. But I knew she wasn't done. Later, I found her in the kitchen, going through the drinks. Can I ask you something? She said. I stayed still. Does your company use Airtable or Notion for project tracking? The question hit me like a punch. What? She smiled. Casual. My firm is helping a startup that's using both. Just curious what your team uses. I blinked. Notion, I said. Mostly. She nodded slowly. Thought so. She took her drink and walked away. I wasn't sure if that was a test or a trap. Either way, I knew she didn't believe me. By 11, most people had left. Just a few stayed behind, talking on the balcony. Ava and I started cleaning up. She looked at me while wiping down the counter. Tonight was perfect, she said. Thank you. I nodded. She leaned in and whispered. I know Maya's a little much sometimes. Ignore her. I smiled, but I was still tense. She didn't press. At midnight, it was just us. She sat on the couch, kicked off her shoes, and leaned back. We did good, she said. I sat beside her. She reached for my hand. I'm proud of you. I swallowed hard. Thanks. She turned her head, eyes still on the ceiling. You're not hiding anything from me, right? My chest went tight. I paused, then said, no, nothing. She nodded, said nothing else. I didn't sleep that night. Every sound made me jump. Every silence felt like a countdown. I'd dodged a bullet, but I could feel the next one coming. It started with a calendar invite. Subject, investor follow-up, R. Blake, Ethan B. Time, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Location, video call. No message, just the invite. I stared at it for 10 minutes. No way out. No excuse I hadn't already used. Ava walked in while I was still frozen. Dad just wants to tighten things up, she said casually. Legal stuff. I nodded. Of course. She kissed my forehead. Just be yourself. You're doing great. I forced a smile. Said nothing. I spent the next day building fake documents. A business model spreadsheet. A one-pager for the product. Revenue numbers I pulled from random tech blogs. I googled phrases like, what goes in a startup investor packet? Fake cap table examples. Everything looked real. Real enough. Wednesday came. I wore a button-up. Sat at the kitchen table. Told Ava I needed the apartment quiet. She left to get coffee. At 2 p.m., her dad joined the call. Sharp suit. Calm voice. Glass of water next to him. Let's get right to it, he said. He asked about structure. Runway. Technical roadmap. Hiring plans. I answered fast. Used words that sounded smart. He didn't blink. Then he asked something I wasn't ready for. Who built your MVP? I paused. Small dev team overseas. Contract-based. He nodded. Which firm? I made one up. Code Nova. Based in Toronto. He smiled politely. I know them. Great work. I smiled back. My chest tightened. He was bluffing. Or testing. Either way, I was sinking. At the end of the call, he said, I'd like to have our legal team do a full review of your IP structure next week. I nodded slowly. Sure. He smiled. Glad to see you're taking this seriously. Call ended. I sat there, frozen. Ava came back 15 minutes later. How'd it go? Smooth, I said. She smiled. See? Nothing to stress about. That night, I checked my inbox. There it was. From Richard Blake. Subject. Legal intake. Attachment. IP_disclosure_ form. Doc. I didn't open it. Just stared at it like it was a countdown. Because once that form got filled, it was game over. The email sat in my inbox for 2 days. I didn't open the form. Didn't respond. Didn't breathe right. On the third day, Ava asked, did you send my dad the IP stuff? I lied. Yeah. Forwarded it this morning. She smiled. Good. He likes you. Doesn't say that about many people. That made it worse. That night, I stayed up creating fake answers, fake signatures, fake legal details I didn't understand. I downloaded a sample IP disclosure form, copied it, changed names. It took me 6 hours to finish. I sent it at 4:12 a.m. At 9:47 a.m. He replied, got it, thanks. Nothing else. No questions. But I knew that meant he was done talking. Now he was checking. 3 days passed. Then I got a text from Marcus. Did someone call asking about you? I froze. Me. What do you mean? Marcus. Some guy said he's doing a background check. Said you're in a funding round. Me. What did you say? Marcus. That I haven't talked to you in months. Marcus. You good? Me. Yeah. All good. Lie on top of lie. Later that night, Ava was scrolling on her phone. Do you know someone named Colin? She asked. I looked up. No. Why? He DM'd me. Said he used to work at your company. My hands went cold. I shrugged. Probably some spam account. She nodded slowly. Didn't say more. The next day, Ava's dad called her. She took it on speaker while making breakfast. I sat at the table, pretending to read an email. She laughed at something, then said, yeah, Ethan said he submitted everything. There was a pause. Then she said, oh, yeah, I'll ask. She looked at me. Do you know where your company is registered? I blinked. Delaware, I said. Standard startup setup. She nodded. Told her dad. Delaware. Then ended the call. 10 minutes later, she sat across from me. I think he's being extra careful. Nothing personal. I nodded, but we both knew something was changing. That night, I searched my own name on LinkedIn, on Google, on old job boards, looking for anything they might find, anything that might not match up. Everything felt like a threat. I turned off my phone, sat in the dark, listened to the sound of Ava in the next room, typing, laughing at something online, being normal. And me? I was waiting to be found out. It happened over dinner. One line, one small thing I didn't plan. We were eating takeout, Thai food. She was talking about her workday. Then she said, oh, and Dad's company just onboarded a new SaaS platform. I think it's the same one your team uses. I nodded without thinking. Yeah, we've been on it for a few months. She tilted her head. You sure? I thought you said your team started using it last year. I froze, just for a second, then forced a laugh. Oh, yeah, last year. My bad. I meant we expanded usage this year. She smiled, said nothing else, but I saw it in her eyes. That pause, that flicker. She caught the slip. Next morning, she was quiet. No morning coffee waiting. No music playing while she got ready. She grabbed her bag and kissed me lightly on the cheek. See you later. That was it. At noon, I got a text from Ava. Hey, can we talk later? I stared at the screen. Didn't reply. At 3 p.m., her dad emailed. Subject, quick question. What was the name of the Toronto dev firm again? Code Nova? I didn't respond. Just closed my laptop and sat there, hands shaking. By 5 p.m., I knew the lie was over. Too many cracks. Too many things I couldn't cover anymore. Ava came home at 6. She didn't say hi. Just walked to the kitchen, grabbed a glass of water, and sat across from me at the table. Her eyes didn't look angry. Just tired. She took a breath. Is there something you want to tell me? I looked at her. She already knew, but she needed to hear it. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. Not yet. She waited. No yelling. No accusations. Just quiet. That was worse. I looked down at the table. Then I said it. I don't work at Rhinex. She didn't flinch. Didn't move. Just blinked. I haven't worked there in almost 7 months. I added. Still nothing. I got fired. I didn't tell anyone. I thought I'd find something fast. Then I didn't. She finally spoke. So you lied. I nodded. Every day. She looked at me like I was someone else. Not angry. Just distant. You made up the promotion? Yes. The emails? Yes. The investor call with my dad? I paused. Then nodded again. She leaned back. I don't even know where to start. I tried to speak. I didn't mean for it to get this far. I was scared. She laughed once. Sharp. Scared of what? Losing me? I didn't answer. She stood up. Paced the room. So instead, you lied to my face for months? Made fake calls? Hired an actor to pretend to be your boss? I looked up, stunned. You knew? She turned. Of course I knew. He wore the same cologne my cousin uses and called me Amanda once. I didn't know what to say. She kept going. You let my dad invest. You took money. You brought my family into this. And you didn't stop. I was trying to protect you, I said. She shook her head. No, you were trying to protect yourself. Silence. Then she asked the one question that mattered most. Was anything real? I looked her in the eyes. You. Always you. She didn't cry. Didn't scream. She just nodded and walked into the bedroom. 15 minutes later, she came out holding a small overnight bag. She didn't say where she was going. Just looked at me and said, I need space. I stood up. Ava. No, she said. Calm. Final. Not right now. Then she left. I sat alone in the apartment we built together. Everything still looked the same, but nothing felt real anymore. She didn't come back that night, or the next night, or the one after that. No texts. No calls. Just silence. I walked past her closed closet door like it was a crime scene. Half her stuff was gone. Her coffee mug was still in the sink. The blanket she always used on the couch, still there. Everything else, gone. Her dad's assistant emailed me 2 days later. Subject, termination of agreement. No explanation. No threats. Just legal language cutting me out of the deal. I replied with one sentence. Understood. Marcus texted me. What happened? I didn't respond. Maya blocked me. Someone removed me from the group chat Ava made after my promotion. I checked LinkedIn. My fake company page was reported and taken down. All my fake coworkers disappeared with it. The job hunt? Still dead. I opened the same job board for the 100th time. No callbacks. No replies. Just apply now. Buttons that led nowhere. Bills started piling up. Rent, utilities, credit cards. I had $43 left. I sold my TV, my speakers, even the chair Ava bought me as a birthday gift. At night, I sat in an empty apartment. No lights, no music, just quiet. I scrolled through old photos. Her smiling, me fake smiling. I looked happy in most of them, but now I couldn't tell if any of it had been real. One afternoon, I saw her name light up on my phone. Ava, one new message. My hands shook. I opened it. You lied to me, but that's not why I left. I left because I don't think you know who you are anymore, and I can't build a life on something that isn't solid. I hope you figure it out. Truly, that was all. No, take care. No, I miss you. Just that. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I turned off my phone and sat there in the dark. Everything was gone now. The lie was over, but I didn't feel free. I felt empty. The apartment felt colder now. Not because she took the blankets, because she took the warmth. Even when I opened the windows, it didn't feel like air was coming in. Just space. Empty space. I stopped pretending. No more fake jobs. No more investor calls. No more whiteboard. Just me and the mess I made myself. I applied for anything. Not tech jobs. Just jobs. Grocery store. Delivery driver. Warehouse night shift. No interviews. Just paperwork. On Monday, I got hired to stock shelves at a discount store. $14.25 an hour. Graveyard shift. No benefits. I said yes without thinking. On my first shift, I didn't talk to anyone. Just scanned barcodes. Lifted boxes. Listened to the wheels of carts squeak on the tile floor. At 3 a.m., I took a break in the loading dock. Sat on a crate. Ate a bag of chips. Looked at the moon like it owed me something. The manager, Clint, came over. You knew? Yeah, I said. He nodded. Keep moving. You'll be fine. Then walked away. The next night was the same. And the one after that. No fake meetings. No suits. No startup words. Just work. My back ached. My hands got dry. My legs felt heavier each morning. But at least I wasn't lying anymore. One morning, after a shift, I passed a bakery. Saw a flyer taped to the window. Shared room for rent. Month to month. No credit check. I took a photo of the number. My lease ends next month. I went home. Packed a small box. Just stuff that matters now. A few shirts. A book Ava gave me once. A photo of us I still couldn't throw away. I didn't look at it. Just kept it in the box. I texted Marcus. I'm alive. That's about it. Hope you're good. He replied. Tough season. You'll get through it. That was more than I expected. I didn't try to text Ava. Didn't check her socials. Didn't ask around. She left. She had every reason to. I wasn't building anything new yet, but for the first time in months, I wasn't pretending either. And that felt like a start. It's been 3 months. The fake life is gone. So is Ava. So is the apartment. So is everything I thought made me someone. Now I live in a shared room. It's quiet. 2 beds. 1 desk. A window that sticks when it rains. My new roommate snores, but he doesn't ask questions. That works for me. I still work the night shift. I stack boxes. Unload shipments. Punch out at 6:05 a.m. Nobody cares who I used to be. Some days that hurts. Most days it helps. On Sundays, I go to a park. I bring a notebook. Not for a business idea. Not to fake a pitch deck. Just thoughts. What I've done. What I'm still scared of. What I'm trying to become. Some pages are angry. Some are sad. Some are just blank. But they're mine. They're real. I saw Marcus last week. We got coffee. He didn't ask for the money. He didn't bring up the lies. He just said, you seem different. I said, I am. And for once, that wasn't a performance. I haven't heard from Ava. I don't expect to. If she's reading this somehow, I hope she knows I'm sorry. Not just for lying to her, but for making her carry the weight of someone too afraid to carry himself. I don't have a job I love. I don't have money. I don't have a plan. But I wake up and show up. up. I say, I don't know, when I don't know. I say, no, when I need to. I say nothing when there's nothing worth saying. I used to build a fake world to feel important. Now I'm learning to live in the real one. It's slower, quieter, but it's mine. And for the first time in a long time, that's enough.